Hi, and welcome as I continue to tell my very non-linear coming out story about 10 minutes at a time. And today, I have a quick little story. It's not even a story, it's just a recollection of little stories. And I want to call this I Couldn't Utter the Words. And I want to talk about being young and being in a position when you're not ready to come out, but wanting so desperately to do it. And what was going through my mind at the time, kind of what happened. And I want to use that as the basis for telling this particular story today. Um, so as I have said before, in many of my videos, I knew that I was attracted to guys long before, I made the decision to come out. Long before I told anybody, I knew it at a very early age that there was an attraction there. Um, and as I began to develop and grow, I there were times where um, I just desperately just wanted to start living my truth and accept my reality and enjoy that part of my life which I deprived. And that's what I want to talk about. There are there were times where I felt like I was drowning because I was in a situation where I knew that there were key people in my life that had to know, and I just wanted to tell them, beginning with my parents. Like I I remember one time where my mom could tell something was visibly upset with me. Um, I was extremely down that day, and I was just thinking about that. I was thinking about how I just wanted to be out. I mean, like I felt attraction to men, and well, at that time I was still a teenager, so I wouldn't say boys because it wasn't boys, but definitely felt attraction to males and classmates and different people, and I just wanted to explore and live that part of my life, and I didn't know how to do it. And I remember one time where um it was like a weekend, it was like a Saturday, and usually it was my mom and my sisters, so we would go to the stores and stuff, but I forgot what was happening that day, that my sisters were not with us. And we're driving in the car, and I was just down in the dumps that day. I kept thinking about everything, and my mom was asking me, "Son, what's wrong?" And I just so badly wanted to say, like, listen, mom, I like guys, and I want to be able to date guys. I want to be able to just explore that part of my life, and I couldn't utter the words. I literally physically couldn't utter the words. I was in so much fear. I was so vulnerable. I was so weak at the time that I couldn't deal with the emotional blowback of coming out as bisexual. Um, so I just kept telling her nothing is wrong, and then obviously because she was pressuring me to for me to tell her what was wrong, I started crying. And then I ended up telling my mom that I smoked cigarettes, which made her really upset. But she was like, "Oh, we'll get through this." In all reality, every now and then I smoked a cigarette. I was never addicted to cigarettes. It was just them dumb things kids do. But I never even liked the flavor of them. You know what I mean? But I just felt it's something. It was giving my mom something, a decoy. So I didn't have to tell my reality. Um, I had a gay uncle at the time, and I wanted to. Well, he's still gay. So I have a gay uncle, but I remember being around my uncle and just wanting to come out to him because I figured I was like, he's gay. He's not gonna judge me. Like I can just tell him. And then I was thinking, well, I mean, he does gossip. So if I tell him and he tells other people, then my secret's gonna be out. And I remember that there were many times where I would just be sitting in the same room as my uncle, and I would just stare with a blank look in my eyes. Like, should I tell him? Should I not tell him? And I never did. Um, and again, it's a feeling of you're drowning because there's this whole persona, there's this whole side of you that's not known. And if like there are different type of people in this world, there are people that are more reserved. There are people that are more to themselves. I am not that type of a person. I'm a very open and honest and forward person, and I just felt so disingenuine. You know what I mean? Is that did I say that word properly? I have an accent, and sometimes I struggle with my English, but I think disingenuine or not genuine is what I wanted to say. But anyways, I felt that I wasn't being myself. I wasn't living my truth, and I felt terrible, terrible, terrible. And then there was the one day I did utter the words. I think I might have talked this on another video, maybe, maybe not. But I'm gonna talk about it again because I don't remember. But there was a time where, at the time, I had like throughout ever since fifth grade, I had like this guy that we were good friends, like, and like just really good friends, and I never felt an attraction towards him or anything like that. But we were just really good friends, and I remember I figured like if I'm gonna tell anybody, I'm gonna tell him, because he's he's my friend. Oh wait, let me stop this real quick because it's gonna interfere with the sound. So, so I one night we were talking through Messenger, and I I told him I he kept telling like I had told him like about a week before that there was this like huge secret to me, and he kept trying to probe at it, and I wouldn't tell him. I wouldn't tell him. And then I said, look, I'm gonna send you something, and then I want you to get rid of it right away, and that's gonna be my big secret that nobody knows. Um, and I told him. I said, look, I'm bisexual. I like men too. And his reaction to that was he asked if I liked him, and I didn't. And I still hold that true to the day. He's a really nice guy, and he's super friendly. And as an adult, I'm even comfortable saying he is an attractive guy. Like he's in really good shape, and he has a really nice personality, and I'm sure he can make like a million people happy. But from the moment I met him, when I was like 9 years old, 10 years old, I was friends with him, and we were just good friends, and we remain good friends till this day. I don't think we don't hang out as often as we used to because back then we were neighbors, you know what I mean, and we had the same classes throughout fifth grade, and then parts of seventh grade, I believe. In seventh grade, we were in the same class like all day long, and then throughout high school, we had one or two classes, but we always had the same lunch. We were both in the wrestling team, so like we were pretty close. So we used to hang out at each other's houses and play video games all the time. And to this day, like he owns a business, and I've been out to his business. He's come out to my house, and we've hung out here and there. Obviously, we're not like best friend anymore because like we live in different towns, and we don't stay in touch as much as we used to. But I don't think to this day he knows how important it was to me that he kept my secret because he never told a soul. It was also a little bit traumatizing, and because I'm being open and honest, I can talk about it because I felt like he was prying so hard for me to tell him that like, are you attracted to me and stuff like. No, that's not why I came out to him. I came out to him because I just had to get it off my system. But I never felt an attraction towards him, and I think because of the way he reacted is one of the reasons why I stood in the closet that much longer because I'm like, is everybody gonna think that I'm after them? And that was really nerve wracking, and I think it wasn't so much him as it was me. It was me overthinking everything like I always do. But, that's pretty much what happened to me. I could talk more on this, but I went over my 10 minutes, and that's a sin. But anyways, I will talk about this more in the future videos. But anyways, I love you guys. Peace. Have a great day.